Okay then, we should be live. Let us just check if in fact we are. It's looking quite promising. Good. Okay, we shall just wait a moment for everything to set up. Let me just check something else as well before we get going properly. Going to be starting slightly earlier today after all. This will also let me know if this is a good time to actually stream at all. Let's see here. Yes, we are. Excellent. Hello, Knight. Hello, Owen. Not much is up today. I mean, it's still relatively early considering it's the weekend. But yes, we're going to be starting slightly earlier today than we would under normal circumstances, just because I was actually going to start at the regular time and just go for longer today, but something has come up that I will need to do. So, I'm going to start earlier and try and go for the regular amount of time. I think that would be the best way to handle things. Today, Owen, we are going to be finishing off Dol Guldur. That's going to be thing number 1. And thing number 2 is to set up our nation in a good way to be able to push into Mordor. Because one thing that I have done throughout this campaign is I've been pretty much having to constantly be having some sort of forward momentum, but taking a breather so that we can actually set ourselves up to go into Mordor with stronger armies will be, I think, beneficial. Because if we keep trying to push forward, I will effectively have to keep making my basic units, which eventually, of course, are not going to be sufficient to deal with stuff like Mordor's great beasts and trolls and temple units, which they will be getting access to around about now. So we do need to keep an eye out for that. We will be needing to get some of our Galadon onto the field to head up our armies, really. But let's load into the game regardless. Hello, Psyker. We will load into the game right about now. And again, just take stock of the situation. Hello, Calvin. But even Dol Guldur, there is something that I did notice actually, which I will point out when we get into the game. But Dol Guldur, they have only one town left, I believe. So, you know, the main focus of this is to finish off Dol Guldur once and for all, because we definitely don't want them being resurgent. Hello, Isaac. But that's the. But they will actually pose a little bit more of a threat than you would imagine a faction to have one town to have, because I believe there is still something in effect for them. But we'll talk about that when we're actually onto the screens, because there are a few things I need to check as well. The first thing being that someone pointed out that Dorwinion might be allied with Rune, which would be that would probably be the most bizarre thing that's happened in this campaign so far, to be honest with you. That would be akin to like Rohan being allied with Dunland. It doesn't really make a great deal of sense. Mission Rescue Gondor. We'll see if the situation around Gondor is salvageable. Possibly not, because you can see all of Gondor's major settlements at this point are flying Mordor's banner, which is obviously not good. Dol Amroth, on the other hand, are still alright. They have been constantly at war with the Aradunayam, but we'll see about that. Regardless, Gondor's salvation will have to come from us attacking Mordor more so than us defending them. So they're going to need to get back on their own feet, which, as we've seen with Rohan, is easier said than done for the AI. But the thing that I was interested in, let's have a little look at what's going on with Dorwinion. Where are we? So, no, they're not allied to Rune. They are still enemies with the Easterlings of Rune. That was something I was interested about, because someone said that perhaps Dorwinion were allied with them, but they must have been mistaken in the comments. Because Rune are still getting torn apart, so I was thinking that if that was indeed the case, then that would have been Erebor eating Rune. But it is not, and I'm glad of that, to be honest with you, because it means that Dorwinion will have no scruples whatsoever in declaring war on Mordor should they need to. Which is excellent, because Dorwinion, I think, are going to be our best riding partner for going into Mordor with, to be honest with you, because Rohan are certainly not going to be able to muster the strength to go that way as well, with Isengard doing their thing. I mean, Rohan still have some towns around here, but it's they've lost Edoras and the Hornburg, so it's not looking good for them. Hello, Duncan. But the other thing I was going to check, actually, we'll go back onto the diplomacy screen a second, because it's... Where are they? Where are Dol Guldur themselves? Their reputation is reliable, apparently. Look at all their enemies. Look, they have really drawn the ire of a lot of people, including Khazad-dûm, interestingly enough. Strange that they have declared war on them. But as I was saying, I believe we could go up and have a look, actually, at their town here, first and foremost, before we do anything. Ooh, look at this. Look at Dorwinion might actually finish them off before we have a chance to get there, which I wouldn't honestly mind, really. If they want to take this town, like, I'm not too bothered about having land this deep into the Ravanian. So if they want to kill them off, that's absolutely fine with me. But, yes, they do. They do still have one of their Nazgûl, Chief Laugaran of the Neck. So, I did think this because we'd only seen two... like the leader of Dol Guldur has been killed messages. One, of course, was caused by us very early in the campaign when we killed Carmul. The other one was caused, I think, by the Woodland Realm a little bit later. But their third Nazgûl is actually still alive, which is interesting because their Nazgûl cannot respawn, of course, without their capital. And Amon Lank, previously known as Dol Guldur, is firmly in our possession. Hello, Randbeer. But that is a big garrison, to be fair, and they do have castellans of Dol Guldur, so I mean, that's not the easiest settlement to take. But if Dorwinion want to do their thing there, that will be much appreciated. We do share a border with Mordor now, of course, which does mean that we do have to, we will want to, at the very least, reinforce Dorn Nauahak just a little bit. So, yes, let's go over here. And you know what, let's just build a watchtower, why not? A little bit of extra visibility. I think what we'll do is we'll put this general and this ballista into this army, because we need a ballista in with our heir over here, High March Warden Pollen Goldor, and all of these soldiers over here will go to reinforce Celeborn's army, which will give us a healthy full stack, which, even if they do have some elites in this town, I think we can siege them and maybe force them to come out, because they only have one town after all, so it's not as if a relief force is going to be on the way. But we'll see if Dorwinion can finish them off before us. We have a ton of generals in here, which, to be honest, considering the danger that Isengard... Do you guys have daylight savings? I'm GMT2, but every stream is an hour early, seemingly for me. Yes, we do. Which that might be the issue. The clocks do change after all, which is kind of a weird thing, but no matter. I think two of these generals, honestly. I mean, we already have a general in there. We don't have a general in Dor Lingvar, but that's quite a long way off, to be honest with you. But maybe it'd be worth it, because we really don't need all of these generals way back here in Caras Galadon. You two have chevrons, actually, so I will, I believe, send you lot down here, and we'll help reinforce Rockburg, because Isengard, I think, are fairly consistently going to be attacking Rockburg. The ring is in Orthanc, but that's something else I will be looking to do as well. It will be easier to finish Mordor off, of course, if we can come into possession of the One Ring, which we will be looking to do, I think, if at all possible, because that means we won't have to sort of systematically take all of Mordor's settlements from across the map, which, of course, now is going to be slightly more awkward because of their success in taking all of Gondor's holdings along the Anduin. To be honest with you, that's a lot of beefy settlements that we would have to deal with. I think that's all we can really do on this. The Woodland Realm diplomat there. You, our spy. It will actually be advantageous for us, I think, to go over here. Look at this, look. Dorwinion aren't at war with Mordor yet, but they might go at war with them. It looks like they took the Elven path as well, because they do have Morroquendi units and Avari units in there, which that could be viewed as being quite a good thing indeed. Let's see what they do here. Ooh. Dale want an alliance. I will happily accept that, my friends. Ooh. Only too happy for Dale to give me an alliance. Dorwinion, meanwhile, are... I think these are all little armies, to be fair, outside the settlement itself, which is probably why Dorwinion are continuing to destroy them piece by piece. Dorwinion's presence there also means they're not going to be attacking Celeborn's depleted army up in Brua Southis over there, or Sorthis. Yes, I saw that Chadwick Boseman died, which surprises me a lot, actually. It's not the sort of illness you would have expected him to have. Good luck with your presentation, Duncan. Yeah, Dol Guldur at this point have really got their backs to the wall. Look at Dorwinion there, look, swarming over them with very impressive generals. We might not even need to go down there, which would save us a lot of manpower. A gift. The Council of Nobles has awarded me with 1,000 gold coins. Thank you very much, my friends. Diplomatic information. Wow, that was actually a really fruitful turn for us, because Dale offered us an alliance, which we happily accepted. But also Dorwinion are now at war with Mordor, so we won't even need to convince them to come into war with us, to declare war on them. Look at them, look, they're sieging Dantalad. We will need to get access through their territory now, of course, to actually get through, if that is the case. But that shouldn't be too much for concern. We should be able to get an alliance with them fairly easily. Yes, you go in there. And this is the reinforcing army for Celeborn. Ballista get in there as well. So there's not really much danger of this place being attacked either. Let's go down here just to get some visibility. Doesn't look like Mordor are going to be able to reinforce that. Dorwinion, actually, this could be really, really good, because Dorwinion could go around the Black Mountains over here and attack Mordor from behind, while we do so from the front. We'll see if the AI is smart enough to collaborate to that extent with us. Personally, I'm not so sure, but we shall see. Yeah, really, Isengard are the only concern I have now, to be honest with you. If Dorwinion are this eager to go in on Mordor, then Isengard's continued assaults on Rockburg may be the only thing which could undo us at this point. Hello, Dario. Now, this is a unit as well that we want to move forwards. We don't have anything in there. Amon Lank is a town that I really want to build up a little bit more, to be honest with you, because we've only got basic units in here. We could build a stables. A Sylvan Alliance encampment wouldn't go amiss either, to be honest with you. In fact, we will do that right now. I do want to start building up our territory, after all. That is going to be key for us when we start going in on Mordor. Actually, I will just save it there, just in case of a crash, because we really don't want to lose that progress. Could do with an alliance with Dorwinion as well now, to just sort of really stabilise everything. But yes, Vintner Lord, whatever his name is, I don't know his name because it's technically a made up character for Dak, but the Vintner Lord has definitely been, on the good side of things, the most useful companion we have had from afar. And they are now pretty much the lords over the entirety of the Rovanion. Look at them, look, they're scurrying away. Going off in all sorts of directions. But those armies have already been heavily, heavily damaged by Dorwinion's relentless attack, so to be honest with you, the garrisons from our settlements would probably be sufficient to deal with them. The last ride of the Rohirrim, the days have gone down in the west. With the coming up of desperate times, the men of the Mark have taken up arms, axes and spears being thrust into the hand of every man. From those with barely a few hairs upon their chin to the greyest longbeards, beside these stand the Aolingers of Rohan, clad in mail armour, astride fine horses, willing to sweep aside those who would take from them the plains of Calanardon. This desperate last ride will see death or glory for the men of yore, and the setting of a red dawn upon his people. So is that another doom stack that has spawned for them? Another general? Do I really need another general at this point? Not really, because it's too much in the upkeep. What are you doing?
Fight for your people as if they were my own, friend.
So we've got another set of doom stacks for Rohan. That would be pretty nice for them to have, I must say. Right, this army here, we're nearly to Celeborn now. Dorwinian, they are actually sieging this town, aren't they? So we may not need to actually do anything at all, although they have pulled back from Mordor's town here, which, to be fair, this might be useful for us to take, just so we have direct access to the Black Gate and attacking that when the time comes, just in case Dorwinian don't play ball. Right, yeah, this is an army which, with that many elites in it, even if Isengard do come forward with some scarier stuff, we should be fine. Ooh, what is this?
I'm gonna stick you.
What's that? Huh. I mean, it's goblin units, goblin trash. But this must be the Moria part. Yeah, that's what it is. It's the invasion army from Moria, isn't it? That's coming for Caras Galadon. I mean, they're more than welcome to try. I mean, their goblin trash is going to be no match whatsoever for the units we've got in there. I think we've got 2 units of Gruberleg. So yeah, they're done for. Easy. It's not the best doom stack though. For Rohan. Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, I'm just glad that Rohan are just having one last roll of the dice, so it gives Isengard something to think about, at the very least. We've already moved you, haven't we? Yes, we have. Already moved you. There's nothing else we can really do at this point. It's a good thing they're just going straight for Caras Galadon and not being annoying and taking a place like Evrui, which is a nice money maker for us. Look at the income we're getting from Caras Galadon now, though. We can start building Mirkwood units as well, I think, which would be nice, a little bit of flavour. I know that you get quite a nice aggressive infantry unit from Mirkwood's roster to build. Khazad-dûm retreating back within Moria. They've been fairly reliable as well. It's been fairly slow going, them taking the entirety of Moria, but they have managed it in the end. They haven't done anything wrong like several of my allies unfortunately have. Hello, Longcon. What do Dorwinian want to do? They're going to continue to siege, which is not too surprising considering that is Dol Guldur, by far Dol Guldur's best army now. Pretty much their only genuine army. Can you play Khazad-dûm? No, not you. Right. We have this unit of Gurthinen. Hello, Armin. I probably wouldn't play Khazad-dûm next because they start we've been pretty much exactly the same part of the map, to be honest with you. I mean, I know that you have more of a focus around this side of the Misty Mountains more than anything else, but I mean, I would probably. I've already got a short list of factions that I would play after the Lothlorien campaign is done, and I will put it to a vote. I'm going to be able to stick around for most of the stream for once. Hello, Ricky. Hello, Allfather. Right, let's see. So we are making money, but it's a slow process because of all the units we've got out on the field. Right. Maybe we just build this. It's nice and cheap, and it means that we're at least developing Rockburg a little bit. But as for everything else, you lot... Right, for a start, we have got 8 units in here. So it's actually probably going to be worth our while actually to start combining some of these,
yes, my lord,
so that we can fit more units in.
For the light.
Combine them to be decent enough to.
Yes, my lord.
We're going to be losing a few chevrons here, which isn't ideal, but it's better than nothing.
My lord.
Yeah, there we go. And swordsman?
Elven warriors.
No, they can't combine. Okay. So we have got 7 positions that can be filled at this stage.
For the light.
Disband the cavalry, they're so depleted at this point. Get in there. So we've got a full stack. And we could go this way. What is this? A dreadful army. Yeah, we can easily deal with them later. Dorwinion once again coming down this way with an elven general this time, albeit there is a Mordor army there as well. Right. Well, we shall deal with the goblin attackers first and foremost. Another siege of Caras Galadon. This is a lot of resources that the goblins are sending down here. They could probably scarcely afford to send, to be honest with you, considering the fact that Khazad-dûm have taken Western Moria, and the fact that they've done so poorly against the High Elves, and to be honest, Anduin haven't moved at all. You should probably get some elites. That's what I intend to do, Knight, but it's a slow process getting the elites for the elves, especially considering the fact that I've had to continue to spend money and not really had the chance to build up. But that's what I can do now, potentially. Oh, look, Isengard have got a stack here as well. Wait, where did they come from? They sort of just spawned in? Are they going to attack straight away, or are they going to siege? They would probably be well...
We must defend these
Yeah,
lands.
I was going to say, they'd be well advised to siege. Ooh, that's a big force actually coming down this way. With that in mind, we might actually be better off going out onto the open field to fight. I mean, the Lord of Dol Guldur is dead, so Dol Guldur are gone. Nazgul returned to Mordor. The Chieftain of Harad is dead, so... yeah, Dorwinion have killed them. So that's going to be it for Dol Guldur, I think. I think they will be fully gone. I mean, let's have a look here. This is going to be...
I'm gonna stick you.
yeah, I mean, as long as we can... seeing as we can use the gate of Caras Galadon, I'm actually not too concerned about this, but we are going to be losing a hell of a lot of money now. Let's see. Can you get to Goblin Town? Goblin Town, the ring was in Goblin Town. I mean, I could go up there and get it as well, but right, let's see here. Yeah, we can't train anything for the time being. I mean, it really just depends on how long they want to siege us for. If they want to be obnoxious about this, this could actually get a little bit uncomfortable, to be honest with you. Right, well, I'll tell you what, we can... Celeborn can stay in there for the moment. Amon Lank... yeah, really it's just a waiting game, waiting for them to attack, because we're going to be losing an awful lot of money, considering Caras Galadon's income is now going to be quite poor. But as long as it's only temporary, we should be fine. I wonder where Mordor's army is then, because these have all converged on me pretty quickly. Ooh, hello. Are you coming to my aid, my friend? That would be a heartwarming tale. For Khazad-dûm to come to my aid. Go on, you know you want to attack now. Oh, that's a lot of armies actually, isn't it? That's going to be tough. That could be a real problem actually. A real problem. I'm not a fan of how Isengard suddenly just warped into my territory. That seems questionable. The High Chieftain of the Orcs is... what Orcs though? The King of Dale is dead, so that's not good. A real mixed bag so far. You know what?
Come, my elves.
Let's go this way.
Orders completed.
That's
I'm gonna stick you.
not too much of a concern, to be honest with you. Oh yeah, Dorwinion are absolutely fine over here now. So we will go back down here with Celeborn.
At ease.
Do not have enough money to build a watchtower, that's a good point. We're now in debt. The Khazad-dûm make 5k. I mean, I don't know what you want me to do there. I'm not attacking Khazad-dûm to get their settlement. That would be... I already have enough on my plate at the moment without alienating my allies, and they seem to be coming to my aid as well, which is greatly appreciated. Look at this. They're sending their stacks down here. All of a sudden, Caras Galadon has become... Oh, you can get 10k. Well, yeah, you can develop your settlements fairly easily, no matter who you're playing as. No. Dwarves. Please. Here we go. So, the Goblins of Moria attack us.
Send them back to their underworld.
Khazad-dûm, actually. I think Khazad-dûm distracted the others. I can't build when I'm under siege, long gone. But yes, only Mordor, interestingly enough, have not got an invasion army up here, which is kind of interesting. If Isengard's army does come to their aid, I'm not terribly concerned, to be honest with you, because Caras Galadon is just such a nice settlement to defend that, to be honest, it's going to be real hard for any enemies to make any genuine ground. The only way they could do so is by trying to bulldoze through my position, right? Gurvaleg. Although they could try and skirmish into me, which is a bit of a concern. Right, come on. There we go. Right. You go there. What do you got up here? Lothlorien March Wardens, that's fine. You can go there. That's them. Yavanna's chosen need to go here. We need to sort of get ready to flood forwards. You lot first. Our cavalry is not going to be particularly useful considering the shape of Caras Galadon. We have a lot of Gurthinen as well, which should be good. I mean, the goblins are such a trash faction, to be honest with you, in terms of the quality of their units. They really won't hold a candle to us in terms of quality, but they could try and force their way through, which is the primary concern right now. Right, come on, there we go. Will they indeed? We also need to get ready with our Gurthinen to move forward, and I think that is going to be that. We have some warders as well, which we can get ready to charge in. Right, we definitely want not fire at will. They're a little bit far away, but we won't do much better, to be honest with you. Okay. Right, actually, let's go forwards. And, right, okay, Snagger, archers. I mean, we may as well just start firing into them, to be honest with you, because there's no way we're going to use up the entirety of our ammunition here, if we're being honest. You shoot at them. Gurvaleg. They have very limited range, but they are exceptionally powerful, but we do need to make sure that we're not going to shoot our own men, because they could devastate the ranks of our own units. Elven defenders getting ready to go there. Yavanna's chosen can push forward just a little bit more, and I think that will do for now. And actually we can start shooting in with our ballista as well, as long as we don't start cooking our own men. What do the goblins actually have? They've got lots of Snaga, which are going to break very, very quickly. They've got wargs, which... not a particularly welcome sight. Truly my nemesis in this campaign. They do have some trolls as well. Yes, we do have a clear line of sight into them. It's a lot of goblins. Gorvaleg. We want the Gorvaleg to shoot the trolls, I think, on the approach. Actually, the ballista can go after the trolls as well. Infantry-wise, they're just not going to have anything for us, though. Isengard and Gundabad would perhaps be a little bit more worth taking seriously. After the wargs. Ooh, narrow miss. Narrow miss. We don't want the wargs to come charging in either to try and bulldoze through us, so we definitely want to be shooting at them, to be honest. Yeah, this is going to be the shape of... This might be a series of sieges on Caras Galadon, to be honest. This whole game, or this whole part of the streaming series might be that. Right. Push in just a little bit closer. Gathenin are ready. Go there, actually. Just waiting for the trolls to come forward. Any kills we get with the ballista on them is more of a bonus, to be honest with you. The wargs are taking damage. We've still got plenty of ammo. Goblin archers actually as well. Yes, another troll bites the dust.
Blast their eyes! The enemy's ram is through our gates.
And here we go. Yeah, I know they are knight, don't worry. I'm saving them. If the trolls come forward, I can use them on the trolls and they should rip them apart pretty quickly. But if not, there's a lot of units back here that I can also use them on as they push forwards. So don't worry. I will be attempting to utilise them. I'm just trying to use it because they don't have much ammunition, I know that. In fact, we should be getting ready to do so now. Let's just get ready to use them now, in fact. Trolls and trolls. Ballista can actually start shooting at the goblin infantry way back there now. There's goblin bodyguards. Well, it's because the ballista is you elven are gonna die. I mean, we're really not. Most of these units are utter trash that the goblins are pushing towards us. My concern isn't this battle, it's the ones that may follow it. Don't seem to be firing particularly quickly, these archers. I know we're on... oh, they just did. Okay, good. As we push in. That should be good. In fact, Lothlorien warders get down here as well. The trolls are honestly not that much of a concern either, to be honest with you. The only issue I'm really having is the fact that my Gurvaleg seem to be... let's see if they're actually firing. It says they're firing missiles, but for now it seems like only a couple of them are actually firing, which is a bit of a shame, but nothing can be done. Charge in. Can we fire at these units back here? Ooh, goblin bodyguards. Yes, please. Hello, Jasdeep. Good to see you again. Yeah, look, they're trying to force their way through, but they're not going to be able to do so. We've just got too much mass. And they're going to take a lot of damage doing this as well. Actually, wait for the Girthine in a moment. Let's just go back up to full speed. Good. Get our spears into the front. This unit of Girthinen can actually be our reserve corps. Trolls here. Yeah, the wargs are shaken. But yeah, this shouldn't be much of a problem. We will take losses, but we got reinforcements on the way up. Khazad-dûm are here giving us a hand, doing us a solid. Goblin bodyguards are getting torn up real good. Exactly what you want to see. Some wargs have managed to make it into the back lines, but they are getting their way through in patches. But again, like, losing the battle is not really a concern. It's just sort of damage limitation, if anything. Yeah, the Gurvalag just don't have a good shot on this map. It's really unfortunate, but the only way to get them to have a good shot would be to let the enemy in, and if I do that, we're just in big trouble. So we will not be engaging in such things. Yeah, the trolls are starting to fall away, which is good. Yeah, shoot into those goblin infantrymen. Goblin bodyguards are getting shot. You shoot in there. Actually, you shoot with the trolls as well. No, that's not the unit I wanted to. Over here. Trying to patch things up with my cavalry. That was enough to kill off another of the trolls. Maybe friendly fire is a little bit of a concern as well at this point, because even though it's elven accuracy, this is a bit of a mess. But yeah, just in terms of quality, like, yeah, the trolls are almost all spent at this point. Easy as you like. Actually, you shoot back there. Heavy goblins. Ballista, can't really shoot anything at this point, so we'll just keep them as is. What is this? Yeah, you can shoot back there as well. Yeah, the map looks. I would say that mechanically the map is very much designed for me as the defender to have a big edge, because this around here is all a building, so literally the only way in is through the gate, which means you can just blob up on the gate as I have done here and be pretty much fine with it. Yeah, look, they're routing now. The fear causing from the Girthinen is really going to be helping us here. Our archers are also continuing to do the business. In fact, at this stage, ×2 speed is probably going to be beneficial. Wonder how much of a dent this is going to put in the goblins of Moria. Probably not much, because to be honest their armies are so cheap to field that they can probably get another one up and running in their territory pretty quickly. Nearly out of ammunition. There are some hillmen in there as well. Can't imagine what it would be like to fight in a goblin army. Probably not particularly fantastic.
Only half the enemy force remains.
If we position ourselves like so, we might be able to get some good shots off. 2020 gonna be wild, not enough Dakar. I think the idea behind what WK was doing was to try and make like the walkways and such more of a part of the map in his version, and obviously it would be bigger as well because it would be designed for sort of larger scale multiplayer games in the way that a lot of his maps are. Whereas obviously for single player, making the maps too big can actually be detrimental. Yeah, the Gurvaleg just don't want to shoot, which is a shame, but there's no need to be concerned at this point. Continuing to shoot the Gobbos. Back to Goblin Town with them. Well, actually, maybe we could get them up here. This unit of March will, although to be fair, to get them over there now, it would take them a long time to use the walkways to get over there. No, maybe not. We'll see how long it takes actually. You get down here. You go over there. I doubt the goblins are going to last long enough morale-wise. They're still eager, to be fair. I think it's because their general is still hidden in there somewhere. Hello, Owen. Another Owen. Good to see you. What exactly do the Gurvaleg do? They fire essentially 3 arrows at once that are body piercing, so they travel through multiple units before dissipating, and they're armor piercing. So, in terms of sheer damage output per volley, they're the best unit in my roster. However, they have very short range and very limited ammunition. They have enough ammo to effectively destroy one unit in its entirety. Okay, they're going to go up there. We'll see if they get into position quickly enough. They probably will actually. These goblins are holding on. Our elven defenders are almost spent, but they are our disposable unit, for lack of a better word. Rangers are still... Well, yeah, but Rangers in Reforged have got much more ammunition than the Gurvaleg. Exactly. Senation? Or Senaton? Yes, that's exactly the thinking behind them. Very low on ammunition up here now. We're still firing in, but at this point our units are very tired, however. But we almost have these units in position. I mean, they have a nice shot in there. I'm not sure if they have the range, actually, interestingly enough, because they have got very short range. They could actually be considered closer to javelins than actual archers. Oh no, they do have the range on them to be able to shoot in there. Okay, this is risky because we could shoot our own men, which will make our life a little bit more difficult in the upcoming fights that we will need to engage in. But I think it's worth giving them a go. They have a two-handed sword in melee as well, which is neat, but you really don't want them in melee at all. There we go, you can see them. Look at that blood spray. Don't want to get too close to that. I've learnt my lesson before. Only a portion of the unit is firing, but it will be enough to do catastrophic damage to the goblins. Hello, Windy. Yes, this is Caras Galadon itself. After a Mordor crusade was called upon me. I'm surprised Dorwinion haven't had one called on them as well, actually, because they're arguably doing even better than I am. Well, actually, maybe that's a little bit of a stretch. I have got more territory than them. They've been doing very, very nicely for themselves. Excellent. Defeat seems certain. Surprised they're still eager. A lot of them are shaken now. Again, got to be very, very careful to not kill off too many of my own men, but to be fair, they haven't made too much of a meal of it. They haven't done too badly in that respect. All elven accuracy is good, but obviously accuracy can never be 100%. And especially with a unit like this, they hit the first unit, but it's the units that are behind the units I hit, which I'm more concerned about. Because the body piercing will still apply to my units if my guys are in behind them. Which is of course the concern. The Gobbo infantry. Yeah, to be honest, like they don't have a shot anymore, which I'm fine with because there are very few of them remaining. Any goblin bodyguards left? We haven't killed their general yet, so I'd assume so, even if it's just him on his own. There he goes. They got roasted in my game. Bought just enough time for Dale to get really strong, though. Dale have done okay in this game. Erebor has been lost to Gundabad, and when I say Dale have done okay, their king has recently died. If they start losing ground to Gundabad, that would be really quite annoying, because I might have to go north, which would elongate things longer than I would like. But yeah, there goes their army now. Crushed underfoot. A few losses, but a fair few of them will be healed. So I actually think the Gurvaleg would probably do better up on those walkways from the start next time, perhaps. There we go. Oof. Just have a little look here. Yeah, look at that. March Wardens. I'm interested to see what the Gurvaleg did. So 169, and that was only with some partial volleys. 479 on those Elven defenders. Marvellous. Interesting to, like, Gundabad are going to be a more dangerous foe in melee, but having said that, I also know that one of Gundabad's weaknesses is the fact that they put more emphasis on attack than defense, so they should be quite weak to my arrows. You would certainly hope so. Execute them. Destroyed. Yeah, they're going to attack me straight away, I would imagine. Or are they going to siege? No, they're going to siege me. Okay. Next turn, though, Khazad-dûm could give me a hand, potentially. Bit of a nail biter this, isn't it? Belfalas is sieged. Danger is nigh. Foes ravage Belfalas, passing to and fro across the plains in the search of provisions and plunder. The haven of the Swans is under siege. Enemies encamp against her walls, though for now she holds out. If the enemy is able to take the city, they will gain a powerful foothold from which to expand their conquest. Aid is needed speedily ere Dol Amroth falls, and her brave defenders with her. Rune wanes. So yeah, Rune have just been stomped into the dirt by Dorwinion, really. Very impressively from them. There's rioting in Rockburg. Oh, for crying out loud. Yeah, this is honestly pretty concerning. I think I'm going to have to let Rockburg go. Look at all these Crusade armies coming for me. Didn't realise it would be this bad, to be honest.
Like the wind. Stay alert.
Okay. Well, we have to consolidate.
Onward. Orders completed.
How much units do we have left in here? I think with our range we should be okay, but we are going to be cutting it pretty close. Like, we're not going to be able to survive the onslaught that's coming from here. I mean, you kind of expect, to be honest with you, this to be something which heavily damages them, like in other places on the map, but I guarantee it doesn't. Okay. We need to keep this force over here. I mean, Dorwinion can probably keep Mordor occupied, but Mordor invasion armies are legit. Mordor are still a little bit further away. I mean, hopefully Khazad-dûm decide to attack Isengard or something. That would definitely not go amiss. We're losing massive amounts of money as well, which is really frustrating. This might be the last thing in the campaign which causes us genuine challenge, though, because if we can sort of ride out the storm... Are they going to leave? Yeah, they're going to run away. Fuck's sake. This is concerning, to be honest, because I think if I lose Caras Galadon, I'm going to have some trouble taking it back. And if I lose it as well, my money goes through the floor. What are you doing? Oh, you're waiting to siege because you have to do it one at a time, I think. Okay. I mean, that does... Wait a minute, are you attacking each other? Are they at war with each other? That would be surprising. Civil revolt. Fornost has been rebuilt, so the Northern Dunedain are doing quite well. The council is trying to keep me afloat, but I mean, I would much prefer they do that with... Hang on a minute. What is going on diplomacy-wise between these two? Are they actually attacking one another? That would be weird. No, they're not. Strange. Very strange. Okay. Well... I'm not going to be able to get in there, though. That's the problem. Where'd they come from? Oh, that's just another Gundabad army. A relatively poor one as well. You... We need to start hot-footing it back with Celeborn and his boys. Lest things take a real turn for the worse. I mean, they already have, really. Look at our money. They're not allied with one another, though, so that means that Isengard won't join in the Gundabad siege. That's a Nazgul, isn't it? Jesus. I'm calling bullshit on this, to be honest with you, because with all of the enemies that Mordor have around them, there's no way they should be able to get all of these armies all the way over to me. Look at this! That's insane. Right. Well, I mean, this could be the end of Caras Galadon, to be honest with you. Like, I don't know if we're going to be able to hold on to it, which is really, really frustrating. Because the campaign was finally looking to a point where we could actually set... We've not been set this entire campaign, really. And we would finally be able to sort of build up, but this is kind of... This might be the end, honestly. It's really frustrating. Really, really frustrating. I'm going to have to hope that the Gurva Leg, I think, can carry the day, but I'm not sure we have enough infantry at this point to just hold them back, because this is two armies, albeit they can't actually get through these buildings, or at least I really hope they can. This might honestly be, because I did save it earlier, this might be a reload, knowing that this is coming, which I really don't like to do, but considering the fact that their armies just popped in from nowhere, I do feel somewhat vindicated in that. But we'll have to wait and see, I suppose. I mean, even if we win this, I don't think we can beat Isengard and Mordor as well. That's really annoying. I don't like that at all. The fact that they're able to spend, like, literally commit their whole might to come straight to your capital with no downside for them. Like, I wouldn't mind so much if this meant that Gondor was able to retake their land. But you know that they're not going to be able to do that because... Oof. Anyway. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. Right, they're in a decent place. March Wardens. Where should we place you? You can go up on this hill. Anything else? Yes, you are not going all the way back there. You are in a good place. You... don't know if we're going to be able to hold on there, but we're going to give it a go. I think that is that. There's another unit over here of 2 archers, which you need to go there. Yeah, I think sallying out with the cav is going to be necessary as well, albeit well, let's hope that this unit of upper tier cavalry is much more impressive than our lower tier cav, which seems to kill like only 10 guys on the charge. Okay. Let's see. They probably have wargs as well, to be honest with you, which is going to make using cavalry more awkward. I mean, this is not... to be fair, this is a depleted army. But Gundabad are... well, there's a piece of siege equipment up here as well, which can be used. 2 pieces of siege equipment, actually. Right. Black Shield archers. I think not. Okay. Let's go around this way. The ballista won't have a good shot on them when they're at the gate, I don't think, because it won't shoot over my own men. So I can't really use it to master out. The best I can do really is to shoot them as they approach. It's all about positioning with siege and... ooh, hang on. Need to get my own dudes out of the way. Medieval 2 Siege is not very forgiving when it comes to positioning, so I won't be able to use it to mass route them at the gate. Otherwise, yes, that would be ideal. What is this? Snowhawk Scouts, only 32 of them?
The enemy are battering down the gates.
Run them down. We'll see now. I mean, they're having to charge through trees, which is not ideal for cavalry, but this is 32 archers, so I'm expecting to see them deleted from the map. So naturally they bump into them ineffectually. Really disappointed with a lot of Divide and Conquer's cavalry, to be honest with you. It just doesn't seem to have the oomph behind it. I know that we're in trees, but come on. A unit of lightly armoured orc archers. We should be making mincemeat with them. Let's go for the artillery. We need to deal with that arty. It's not in a great place, is it, either? Right, hold on. What are you doing up here? That's the Goverleg. This is the unit of the March Wardens. Those are snow trolls, which is a concern. I mean, there's wargs as well. Bloody hell. Right. We're just going to have to do the thing where, because otherwise they're just going to force their way through again, so we're just going to have to pile in. Where are you? Or wherever you are, just get onto the front line, would you? Get over there, actually. Gerthinen, Lothlorien March Wardens, Snowhawk Raiders, sure, shoot into them. You can go there, I think. Okay.
The walls are no longer ours. The enemy have taken them. Weapons ready.
You know what? Shoot those.
Defeat seems almost certain.
The problem we have here at this point is the fact that even if we do end up winning this battle, it's all over for us really, because Mordor will just swoop in and kill us next turn. I am pretty mad, if I'm being honest. I can understand the fact that, you know, they want this campaign to have some... They want campaigns to have some challenge to them, but magically just having all of the enemy armies just walk through all of what is supposed to be their adversaries to specifically screw you over is perhaps not the best way of accomplishing that, in my opinion. It smacks quite a lot of the... In Warhammer 2's campaigns. Yeah, this is the end now. They've already forced their way through. It's over. We just don't have the manpower to stop them. But it smacks of the Warhammer 2 Vortex campaigns with the spawning followers of Chaos armies that spawn next to your capital whenever the game deems that you're doing too well. Which, of course, as you can tell from my tone, I'm not a big fan of. Yeah, you know what? I'm not even gonna. I'm gonna have to reload this, because even if we win this fight, it's over. Isengard will just kill us. So that's really, really frustrating. Really, really frustrating. One of my general's bodyguards is Lothlorien March Wardens, who actually they're okay in melee, but they wouldn't be the world beaters that Celeborn's bodyguard is. And the Alberus Sentinels aren't big enough to make a significant difference, because there's only 30 of them. Which when it comes to the stats at that point, if your unit is far smaller, as we've seen in Reforged, even the strongest units like the Nazgul can get overwhelmed. Well, that's put a damper on the whole thing, to be honest with you. I don't mind losing a campaign, but not when I'm getting hit with some bullshit. Okay, so we do not... Well, now that we know what's coming our way, I think the best thing to do is going to be to get... Well, yeah, look, they're done for over there anyway. These units over here. Celeborn.
Come, my brothers.
Start moving Celeborn down this way. How is this settlement unhappy with the massive garrison that it has? Again, bizarre. Is there anything here that... Well, you're just useless at this point, so we'll disband you. As are you, to be honest with you. That is some Gerthinen. Okay. Yeah, but the problem with holding a bridge is I'll need to hold effectively 3 bridges with 3 full armies. Because it's not just one direction I'm being attacked from. Isengard used the bridge that's to the left there, as well as the bridge to the south with Mordor, and then Gundabad and the Misty Mountains swooped in from nowhere from the north. Allies in total war have long been worthless, not worth the air they breathe. The only purpose behind having allies really is just to make sure you don't get attacked from a certain direction. Yep, don't care about you. You've been terrible this entire campaign. You go back here. So here we go. Right.
Yes, my lord. By the light of Elbereth.
Do we want Rumil to go back there as well? Yeah, I'm actually going to say no, to be honest. We'll keep Rockburg making money because we will need money. Okay, yeah, that's stabilised. Good.
Like the wind, elves. Come on.
Celeborn has got a bit of an army now. Caras, Galadon. We are losing money because of all the units we've got out and about. Okay then.
Come, my brothers.
These two will be able to get in there, which will help us against the Misty Mountains, certainly. Possibly, but considering the amount of Mordor stacks that are coming my way, I doubt Khazad-dûm would willingly engage with them. Maybe they would. I mean, Khazad-dûm are doing alright for themselves, but somehow I doubt it. I wouldn't put any stock in the AI being of much help, to be honest. I gave Rohan their lands back to them on a silver platter, and they still couldn't hold on to them to save their lives. It was really quite embarrassing.
By the light of Elbereth.
That should help out a little bit.
Sire.
You lot go here.
Here, elves.
Maybe it would be worth blocking the south bridge with Celeborn,
Stay alert.
and then just allowing Gundabad and the Misty Mountains to siege Caras Galadon. But that is risky. There is also the question of getting exactly on the right pixel, so that they can't just go around your position on the bridge, because I know that that is a potential issue. No, I changed the name to Amon Lank manually. So now, in theory, I mean, at the very least, I suppose, they're not conquering territory as they go, so it does allow us to consolidate right in the middle of our heartland. And I wouldn't, again, like I said, I really wouldn't mind the fact that they are going all in on me if it meant they were effectively crippling themselves elsewhere, as that level of force would mean. But wouldn't seem like that's the case. They've given me a little bit of gold.
Elves.
How kind.
Over here, elves. For the light. Swiftly.
Yeah, look at this, look. Isengard have already swooped in.
By the light of Elbereth.
Well, with that in mind, I mean, let's go. Oh, that's such a large force, though.
Elven warriors. Onward. Be vigilant.
It's not the Moria army I'm too concerned about, really. They are the ones that arrive first, but it's... Okay. We train anything here? Okay, let's just see how this goes. Khazad-dûm may only be at war with the Misty Mountains, but they're just sort of... they're not really doing anything there. Like, if you imagine if this was a hot seat campaign or something where like there was a player for every faction or something, if the evil players were to do this, it would effectively end their campaign, because they would go all in on one player and they would kill themselves for it. Are Isengard going to be the first ones to attack? No. Oh, yes, they are. So wait, the Misty Mountains weren't sieging us? Okay, so Isengard are the first ones this time. Interesting. If we can build up a force, we can perhaps go after... wouldn't mind going after Moria, to be honest with you, because I feel like on the open field, like, they're just not going to have sufficient strength. Sure. Beorn's Hall is besieged. See, who's doing that? Who is besieging Beorn's Hall? Because it has to be Moria or Gundabad. And they're supposedly down here, making my life miserable, but apparently they're also able to do that. Highly questionable. And they've got Innes Rim? Oof, don't want to take that one on the open field. No thank you. Right then.
Like the wind.
Okay. I mean, in terms of defenders, the difference that we've got this time is a couple more units of Albereth Sentinels, but that's not a great deal of manpower. But at the very least, we do have a relief force on the way, so I mean, if we can win 2 battles... Hello, Lango. Yeah, things have taken a bit of a turn for the worse, to be honest with you. I also can't help but notice that this time Dorwinion have not managed to finish off Dol Guldur. They should be able to now with a couple of armies coming in, but come on, sort it out, lads. I can't help but notice as well that Isengard still aren't attacking the settlement. They really are trying to starve us out. Okay, that's a pretty decent force. Yeah, we're not going to be able to get to the bridge in time to stop them from just bypassing us completely, so I think we are going to have to sort of figure out which of this mess is allied to each other and start trying to pick them off one by one from outside the walls with Celeborn, whilst hoping that the force inside the walls can keep things held down. So it's a pretty bizarre situation to be in, to be honest with you. This was supposed to be quite a simple stream. This was supposed to be finish off Dol Guldur's one remaining town and then build up and get ready for an attack on Mordor. This wasn't quite what I had in mind. Hopefully Isengard will stop messing around and actually attack next turn, because otherwise we could end up losing too much manpower before we even meet in actual battle. Yeah, see, they're just going to go around. And this is a problem, we just don't have the movement to get back in time to block that bridge with anything substantial. There's another Mordor army as well. I don't know, this could be the end. This could be campaign destroying, to be honest. I'm just not sure how we can stomp out all of these armies completely. Especially considering right, hold on a moment. Right, you there. Get down off the wall. The only thing I don't like about this settlement, really don't like about this settlement, is the fiddliness with positioning your units. Definitely room for improvement there. But March Wardens, March Wardens. You get down from there. So it's the other unit. There. Look how many generals we've got in this army. So we do have a lot of punch, really. There's always a lengthy setup as well, because you've got to make sure that everything is positioned just so, otherwise you may as well just throw in the towel immediately. Let them in the settlement. I don't want to do that because they have war controls. That's a terrible idea. They'll just run over me with numbers then. It's actually the last thing I want to let them do. Yes, I'll get some nice 360 surround with my archers, but it's certainly not worth it. Okay. This is Isengard as well, so they will have a little bit more about them in melee, unlike Moria, who attacked first last time. Lothlorien warders. And the final unit of them over here. Okay. Keep you in reserve just in case. March Wardens. Right. It really is quite meticulous for a situation that may already be hopeless, but sally out with the cav? No, it's not worth it. Like, they're not going to be able to achieve much of anything in the woods. Like, even in the little bit of the good and bad thing we saw last time, like, I just don't feel like divide and conquer cav, especially. Maybe some cav nations have got some decent stuff, but like, the charging is just not, it's not meaty enough. Nowhere near. Maybe I've just been spoiled and reforged in that respect, but I feel like cavalry should have a bit more weight behind it, and the charges seem to do like 10 kills at most at a time. I mean, I suppose they aren't going to do much use in here, so I might as well try to do that, but I wouldn't expect them to accomplish much of anything, to be honest with you. Right, let's shoot in there. You are the ones, aren't you? As are you. Just need to do as much damage as possible right from the off. Can try and burn their ram. With what? None of my stuff has got fire arrows. I could try and shoot it with my ballista, I suppose, but shoot the warp marauders. The unit unit of 23 Uruk-hai archers. Interesting. We'll wait to use the cavalry. Uruk-hai bodyguards. The problem is how many losses we're going to take during the process of this battle. Charge the cav with the ram. No, because then, like, if I charge, I could have done that, but like they were too close. Okay, well the wargs are gone, which is very, very nice. They've got some Uruk-hai bodyguards, orc fighters.
Curses! The enemy are battering down our gates.
You shoot them. Shoot them. Right, hold on. The elven defenders need to be the ones in the front because they will respawn, and we should only commit other things if it's absolutely necessary. Goverleg, they're not quite in range just yet. Now they are. Lothlorien March Wardens.
Blast their eyes! The enemy's ram is through our gates.
Now they will try and move forward in force, certainly. Wait a minute. Oh, for crying out loud. I'm trying to focus on all of this is because again it's not really a matter of winning. I don't really have a problem with winning the opening battle. It's trying to not lose much.
The walls are no longer ours. The enemy have taken them.
Yeah, because they just try and bulldoze through, so I have to commit more. Oh, for Christ's sake, what are you doing? No. Useless. Okay, Goverleg need to do... This is where they earn their keep. Okay, keep that. I know this isn't the most well thought out commentary ever, but needs must. Just keep charging into them. Okay. Goverleg out of ammunition in one unit.
Only half the enemy force remains.
That was a decent charge. Much better. Can you shoot in there? Cheers, Windy. Thank you very much. This is going to be an experience, to say the least. Soup sounds good right about now, actually. That's another decent charge, I suppose. Very decent, actually. Good. Lothlorien's cavalry by far not the best. Yes, but you'd still expect at least the slightly stronger cavalry to still be able to. What are you doing? No, 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 no. You'd still expect some of the stronger cavalry to be able to get some more reliably be able to get some good charges off. And that seems to not be the case. Need to shoot into those Orc men Bane Guard, really. They've got a little bit of cover now, to be honest. So we're going to have to commit our Yavanna's Chosen. Yes, still though, we've still taken losses, which isn't good. Yeah, Justy, that's what annoys me more than anything else. I'm never a fan of anything that feels artificial in the way that it is portrayed, and that felt like just we're just going to spawn several armies at your capital and there's nothing you can do about it. I know that there are scripts which do that as well, but the scripts at least give you some kind of indication ahead of time. And this is more extreme than any of the scripts will provide for you. Because there are literally 6 armies. It's like the Mordor Crusade, Langer. But what annoys me is the fact that they're not going to be made to pay for it in other ways. Like, they're attacking me with almost their full strength, basically. But nowhere else on the map will this be apparent. I can guarantee that they will hold on to all of their holdings in spite of all their dumping at me. Slightly better than the previous attempt. Okay. 158 losses. As long as it's Moria next, we can make that work. But oof. Yeah, the enemy armies have free upkeep as well. You'd think if he was capable of doing this, he would just do it one by one to all of the settlements. Anyway, we'll definitely execute all of them. The problem is now, though, we're not really going to be able to deal with them. Yes, so it is going to be the Misty Mountains next, okay.
This is our last stand, my friends.
The problem with doing this, though, is we're not going to be able to... Well, Mordor is going to be allied with all of them, so we're going to have to deal with allied armies from the enemy coming in. The Moot Lord of Anadwyth is dead. Couldn't care less.
Follow me.
What sort of armies are these? What is that? Let me see here. Diplomacy. Where are Mordor? There they are. Actually, no, they're not allied to Gundabad. Interesting. Okay. Well, with that in mind, we could try and pick off the Gundabad armies. I don't think we can reach them though. And I would really not want to face those Mordor armies. Well, some of those units are depleted. Okay, well, I mean, this is perhaps a bit foolhardy, but let's go. Oof. That really is something. Well, just under 5,000 soldiers. Not convinced we're going to have enough to face them. I'll tell you what. Let's just wait for the time being. We'll see if they attack me, because if I can be the defender in that situation, maybe we can make that work. God, the money we're losing as well is ridiculous. I can't put my army in reinforcement range now, because all of those enemy armies are blocking the way. There are literally too many orcs for me to get back to my town. Oh, they are attacking me. Okay. Well, let's give it a go. Let's give it a go. I mean, this is Celeborn, so again. A night attack as well, eh? Well, I wonder where the enemy reinforcements are coming from. Right. This is going to be... Okay, let's just put you back here. Right. Swordsman on the front, because we're going to need our spears to deal with the inevitable cavalry that's coming our way. Right. Another unit of archers as well. Actually, yeah, you can stay on fire at will, actually. I will just put you there like so. The rest are spears. Okay. God damn. Hopefully the enemy aren't going to spawn in behind me. That would really top things up.
The enemy have brought up more men.
Nope, there's no need to be concerned. They're going to be attacking from the front. Okay. To be honest as well, I think when it comes to Celeborn, we're probably better off just... There will be a few units of quality over here as well, but... Yeah, there's trolls, which is a problem, a real problem. Not any old trolls either, those are the Olakai. There's Minas Morgul Chosen, a couple of units of them. There is a lot of trash as well, to be fair, like Moran on Guard and regular orcs, halberds. Easy prey for my archers.
Our foes appear to be gaining the upper hand.
Uruk bodyguards. I mean, the problem is we could kill these 2 Mordor armies and then the other one's just going to show up, so... And this is going to be costly no matter what we do, no matter what we try to do to mitigate that, which is the problem here. I just don't think we can get back on our feet. Okay. Withdraw where, though? They're just going to hunt me down next turn. The problem is I can't, like, this is, like, what the tools I have at this point are all I have. I can rely on nothing else to come. Yeah, I suppose that is a good idea. Okay. Corner, I mean, this is, like, we need the hill though as well. Like, that's the thing, like, we need some sort of hill protection so that our archers can get a good angle, because without our archers in, like, full efficiency, like, we're done. There's no way we win this. Gathenan can maybe be used as a flanking force. There's spears. One of those is actually a swordsman as well, actually. I didn't realise that. Okay. And archers. You know, we'll just sort them out when they get up there. This has sucked a lot of the joy out of the campaign for me, I'm not going to lie. I have 1 unit of strike infantry. But they are, like, my most basic unit of strike infantry. Right. Okay. Celeborn, you go there. Archers have already gone all the way too far, so we need to get them all the way back here. You go there like so. They might come at me in 2 waves. One can only hope. Yeah, invasion forces are going to maintain their focus on Caras Galadon because they've ignored the rest of my territory, just marching right through it to get to my capital. You. Right. Now we can set up our firing line, which is going to be vital for us to win. Even if we do win, though, I think the losses are going to be fairly catastrophic, if we're being honest. We've got a unit of swords that we can commit just anywhere. Okay, and there we go. It's a rather thin grey line when you look at it like that, isn't it? I mean, apparently in Divide and Conquer one of the ways that you deal with trolls is through archers, but I find that logic highly, highly questionable, to be honest with you. Seeing as how in all of my experience from Reforged tells me that it's a terrible idea to try and shoot trolls with arrows because they just absorb so many of them. But we may not have much of a choice here because the trolls will just go right through our thin line. And our arrows will be needed in other ways. Oh, come on, for crying out loud, Mordor, just hurry up with this. Celeborn can shoot at them, I suppose. Black Uruk Halberds. Not a bad unit to shoot. Morgul Chosen, probably not the best targets to go after though. The Maulers might not be the worst thing to go after. Well, a lot of my units have got an armour upgrade in this army, but I mean, they're still my basic stuff. Well, the Olakai are heading over towards the section of line that does have the Girthinen in it. Ooh, Sauron's Will. Shoot them. What are you doing? Shoot them. They've taken a lot of damage. The longer they stay in range, the more damage we're going to do with our arrows, but one of the problems maybe that's Innis Rim, if I remember correctly. Yeah, that's going to be a bit of a concern. Try and really thin them out before they get here. They're being quite kind to us, really, with the fact that they're dawdling around in front of our archers quite a lot. We have warders on the flank, so the Innis Rim could be dealt with. If they attack in a sort of blob as well, that would be really, really helpful for us, honestly. Archers, Black Uruk Halberds. Charge in there. Don't want to go after the Morgul Chosen, they're too heavily armoured, so it's not really worth our time. Here come the trolls. It's definitely a concern. Go after them and shoot them. Trolls. Girthinen, get over there. Yeah, they're just rolling right through my line. Again, I've got spears in there against the Innis Rim, so they should be fine, but right, hold on a minute, I need to start really picking and choosing my targets a little bit more carefully. Don't need to be shooting those anymore. Black Uruks. No, not really. Is there a good target to be going after? Celeborn, you can just... I suppose, considering the situation, just shoot in there. Because we could be needing to use you as infantry sooner rather than later. Black Uruk Archers. Uruk Bodyguard. Keep shooting at them. Keep shooting at them. Charge in there and deal with them. Okay, yeah, the Innis Rim actually we should be dealing with now. We're running low on ammo. Pretty much though at this point we can't really ask for too much more. The Innis Rim are just staying in melee for way too long. Okay. You get in there. Right. We're going to have to use our archers in melee, which is not ideal, but we also don't have too much of a choice.
Only half the enemy force remains.
Innis Rim is still there. Lothlorien archers. Temple wards. Not what we want to see. Look, can you move please? I don't have time for Medieval 2's pathfinding intricacies right now. In fact, yeah, you go up there, like so. Because you're just getting shot. The line's still holding. The trolls are being a little bit awkward, but that is to be expected. Innis Rim are fighting against the spears once again, so again they're being quite kind to us in that respect, I suppose. Okay, let's see if we can't get over here with you. I mean, it's not looking great even still. I mean, we've done okay, but we just don't have the quality of units here. That's the problem. Here we go. Our general's about to get charged, so even though this is a tiny unit of cavalry, I'm sure Caliborn will instantly be slain. Counter charge. This should be the end of them. They've just gone into one of the deadliest unit of spears in the game, but I guarantee they'll get out with no casualties, because that's just how they roll. Orc host is running. Oh no, good, they are actually dying. How about that? We've got a lot of archers. Temple wards. Gathenan doing their thing against the trolls, but it's really slow going against them. Can start to try and roll up the line. Like, please kill those Innis Rim quickly. Okay. And you are gone. Good. So a lot of archers they've got in behind here, so I mean it's not beyond the realms of possibility that we could, well I mean they're going to reinforce with some Uruk bodyguard. This section of the line we're doing okay, but it's over here where I'm most worried because they've got bodyguard, halberds, temple wards. All chosen, they're shifting their units. Okay. Just charge in, would you? We'll get into the Moran on guard and try and break them, I think. Those Orc Maulers kind of got into melee. Okay, and with that, let's actually move back over here. The Olakai are actually leaving melee, which is kind of strange. Orc host. And a small gold chosen. We've got some units that are sort of seeping through, which is a little bit concerning, but maybe we just throw Caliborn into the middle and hope that that is enough. Those Elbereth Sentinels had a little bit of ammo left, but their presence in melee is kind of required over there to give us a little bit of a leg up in terms of quality. Shoot those halberds. Again, we're doing reasonably well in certain areas, but it's just the numbers are a problem, and they have managed to sort of punch through to a certain extent here. Yeah, you know what? We're throwing him in. We're throwing the lad in. He keeps getting staggered by the enemy archers anyway, so let's just have him in melee. The trolls are going up and around, are they? Still doing okay over here, Orc Coast. Lothlorien Warders is doing quite well for themselves. Yeah. That's not too surprising, but Elbereth Sentinels might be a good unit to go after them with, to be honest. Line over here is still okay. Verio Yengalaith. Orc archers in melee aren't going to be a problem. Caliborn's probably going to catch an unfortunate death in there, though. Who knows? Again, if these trolls would die, that would certainly help. Defeat seems certain over there. Black Uruk, Sauron's Will. Defeat seems certain for both sides. No, don't reform now. Ah. Temple wards, yeah, that general's going to die, no doubt about that. Let's see here. Orc archers won't be able to defeat our archers in melee, but that's not really the concern. Evenly matched. There's Sauron's Will in there. There's Black Uruks.
They have lost half their men.
Olakai, 4 remain. The Elbereth Sentinels will die, of course, but this section of line is looking grim.
Changes in the course of battle, for defeat seems almost certain.
There's Uruk bodyguard in there as well, which is unfortunate. I just don't think we're going to be able to kill them quickly enough. Wasn't expecting this to be the finale of the campaign, to be honest with you, and it's If I lose Caras Galadon, that's campaign over as far as I'm concerned. I'm not putting the amount of work that would be necessary to salvage the campaign is just not something I'm willing to do. Considering the way in which I've lost my capital, I'm not happy about it at all. It feels artificial. I mean, I can't... There's nothing more I can do in this battle, really, other than hope that my quality can see me through, but I don't think it will. Yeah, my armies are depleted. It's done, really. It is done. And that's incredibly frustrating. Yeah, victory seems certain for Mordor at this point across most of the field. The only place, well, even with the Burial Yangalaith. They're in here doing their thing, but there are Black Uruks, there are Sauron's Will. I suppose we could try and go back here, but I don't think it's really going to make too much of a difference. That's another unit of Uruk bodyguard as well, yeah, that's it.
Our men have fought long and are becoming tired.
Yeah, Rohan crumbling in the face of Isengard has definitely hurt. Gundabad being as strong as they have as well has hurt, because under normal circumstances I think Erebor would be able to keep them in check, but they just haven't, and that's meant that Gundabad have been a big part of this invasion. The Misty Mountains army wasn't really the issue. Like that's an army of trash that's easy enough to deal with. Well, I'll reload and have a look, but I think the game may have robbed me, really. I think this is probably the end. The only other option would be to just let Caras Galadon continue to be a sort of defensive bastion, but I just don't have the manpower to hold the gate. This leaves a very sour taste in the mouth as well for Divide and Conquer overall, to be honest with you. The fact that it stoops to the same sort of thing that Warhammer 2 does to offer its challenge. Right, what about you? That perhaps is more doable. Okay, hold on.
Over here, elves.
Okay, so I'm on the middle of the bridge. I guarantee the way this campaign has gone, they will just go around me, even though I've parked myself perfectly there. Right. Well, let's see what happens. That hasn't been the case when I've seen them used, Neil. The Gurvaleg are very, very strong, but I've targeted trolls and they haven't destroyed them in one volley. It might just be because of the angle, but... They are going towards the bridge now, okay. Well, actually, that is something which might help out immensely.
Put an end to this evil.
I assume until you've destroyed all of the Crusade armies, Windy. This might have saved us to a certain extent. Because this is our bread and butter, and this is only one of the armies that we were facing beforehand. Right. Spears are going to be our frontline unit here. I don't understand, like the AI is really giving me a bit of a break there, but not that I'm complaining too much. I need all the help I can get at this point. Right. We don't have Gurvaleg, which would be really good in this sort of situation, but you two can actually go here like so. Lothlorien archers. Fire at will, fire at will. Another unit of Lothlorien archers. I'll actually keep you in reserve just in case we need an extra unit. Okay. Maybe we can get some swords in there as well. Oh. Just crying out loud. They're giving me a gift here and my units were too slow to take advantage of it. Okay. Let's just fire all of our archers into them. We might get another battle on the same turn. Sauron's will as well. Moran on guard. Okay. Maybe all is not lost, but there will be another army following this, but we shouldn't take... I mean, the key to this is our archers more than anything else, so... Ooh, halberds. Definitely the sort of target we need to be shooting at. The Sauron's will are engaged. I mean, there's nothing I can do about that because they're there. Like, I can try and shoot them, but we don't really have an angle. We don't have a nice hill that we can use to shoot into them directly. There are temple wards in there as well. So yes, we are going to take losses, but what can you do? Considering the kind of units we've got to work with, there's not really anything to be done in that regard. Where are they actually shooting? In this room. Go there. Balance of forces evenly matched. Oh, come on, Caladon, run. Athenian. Well, yeah, it's because of the quality they've got on the front line, look. And they're trying to push through as well. You know what? Forget it. Just go into melee, would you?
Only half the enemy force remains.
This terrain on this map is also not ideal for the bridge because your archers can't get into a nice position, really. Albarus sentinels, go back over here. How is the balance of forces evenly matched? I would dearly like to know. The game just does not want me to carry on with this campaign, clearly. See, look, the Berio e Angalaith are fighting against black Uruks, and defeat seems certain for the Berio e Angalaith. In what universe? I question it. I mean, we will win, but there will be another army in behind. I think you mean the Galadon units, knights. But my capital's sieged. I cannot train any more units. I'm hemorrhaging money. I have to try and win with the units that I have, and they just aren't heavy duty enough. They just cannot do the business. Right. Over there as well. Okay, over there. Hello, Josh. Blacker at halberds. I mean, we will win, but again, we will have taken too many losses. There's no way that we're not going to take losses in these fights.
Our men have slain the enemy general. Without him, his troops will lose.
Hopefully that will be the end of some of the... Well, I say lower tier units, so it's just Black Uruk. See, victory is almost a certainty. They're getting shot by all my archers and they're still winning. I've already used the battlefield-wide boost, Ricky. I only have rally troops.
If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy. Cast them back into the earth. We await your command.
Okay. So the Innis Rim are just charging that way, I guess. A lot of losses. So one of Mordor's armies gone, but unfortunately they have 3 of them. Are they really going to make me chase them that far? Or are they just retreating from the field? Because I would be willing to let them. What's left then? There isn't anything left, is there? Whatever. Ugh. Yeah, that sucks that the guy who played Black Panther passed away. Very surprising. Yeah, he was keeping it private, which is, you know, it wasn't apparent that it was that bad.
This is a great victory, worthy of only the mightiest of generals.
Execute. Yeah. all of the Mordor armies are going to do this. Oof. This is going to be rough. Very rough. Okay, well, round 2. Yeah, I think that'll be the best way, Neil. So then we can shoot into their sides. So we'll position our archers in a sort of... We won't have them on fire at will either, we will... No, come on, there we go. Go like so. You can be over here as well, actually. No, come on, do what I want. Here we go. And on the other side, we'll have the other archers, and we'll get our spears into like shield walls so that they hold for as long as possible. But I don't know, this is gonna... It's gonna be tough. Very tough. The next army is headed up by a Nazgul, which... There is also trolls to be slightly concerned about. Okay. Right. Make sure we're not on fire at will for any of these units. Right. We need you here directly. Yep, that's the one. Do more Mirkwood battles. Might want to consider a retreat with Celeborn and the archers if you use up your ammo and do not feel you've done enough damage. True, but I just feel like the other army, they're just going to catch me. Like, the retreat distance you move is pitiful. So, I mean, I just don't think that we're going to be able to get away from a battle. And this is the best place we're going to be able to get one. I'm just going to have to blob up. Celeborn's got a ton of ammo as well. Okay. We're actually going after the archers, which is kind of interesting. Okay. Well, this is going to be interesting. There are trolls as well, which actually means the Gathenan should probably be moved forward. Let's just go right in.
Pray something changes in the course of battle, for defeat seems almost certain.
There's a lot of arrows coming in. The trolls will be catching some of them. Well, this is just a game of seeing if the arrows can do the damage we need them to. and seeing if the infantry can hold. Hello, Dio. You join us at a moment of great peril. Owen, I cannot get the Gurvaleg out of Caras Galadon. That is not helpful. If I could have, I would have. But they are trapped in the city. There was no way to get them out without them getting killed. Infighting is from Celeborn's special ability that he gets once per battle called Swiftness, which causes the enemy to infight for a small amount of time. It's more of a sort of disruption tool. It doesn't actually do a great deal of damage to them. Olag High are going down, but a little bit too slowly for my liking. Trolls are actually susceptible to massed arrow fire. It doesn't look like it. We've been shooting them for at least 2 solid minutes now, and only 4 of them have died. I know that they're the heavily armoured Olag High, but I find the idea that you use arrows on trolls very questionable, considering all that I've learnt in Reforged. Yeah, this is perhaps what I should have done last time, but you live and you learn. This is like one of those disaster campaigns that Legend of Total War occasionally does, where things are in a truly horrible state. We're going to need to get ready to charge in with our archers as well, which is not ideal, but yeah, okay. Some of them do have the armour upgrade, so they won't, and they are elves, they're not dreadful in melee. Try and go after the halberds at the very least. Infantry can't kill trolls in Dak. Shock infantry should still be able to. If not, I would say that's a pretty big oversight, to be honest with you. All of my archers at this point are out, well, standard archers are out of ammunition. You need AP to kill trolls. It is worth mentioning that the armies that I have at the moment, they are all I have. I cannot train anymore because I'm bleeding money and my capital is under siege. So if anyone is telling me to train units, it is not possible at the moment. Get in there. Oof, what a mess. Actually, elites are too few in numbers and will take damage as it comes. Yeah, I still think the Gerthenen are probably my best bet against the trolls. I just only have 1 unit of them in this army.
force remains.
44 people watching my demise. Maybe if we go a little bit further back we can get some shots. I'm not... See, the problem is, like, with sending diplomats to, like, the Orc factions, it's just not thematic at all. I just don't like the idea of doing that, because, like, there's no way something like that would happen in actuality. Thank you, Alexa? Alexa. That's it. Okay, and now we wait to see if these units can do the heavy lifting.
I'm afraid something changes in the course of battle, for defeat seems almost certain.
There's still a troll alive, but at the very least it is archers fighting, so I can understand why. I do think a major part of the problem has been the fact that the forces of good have done, across the map as a whole, really rather poorly. Especially in the north. I'm very disappointed with Erebor. Rohan obviously have been dreadful as well. Isengard and Gundabad are perhaps stronger than they would be under normal circumstances, and that's made this crusade especially deadly.
We must bring justice to the enemy. Good tidings. The enemy general lies dead.
That might be enough to cause them to break now. Yeah, look at that, look, they're all gone. Wonderful. No, Dorwinian are good. Dorwinian have been the only ones really, other than
For the moment, the fortune of battle goes
early
well.
game Gondor
Let's pray it remains as such.
and the Northern Dunedain, to give them their due. Okay. They're routing and broken, we don't need to worry about them. Well, that's another Mordor army squashed. Dale have... It's been a mixed bag. Dale have done okay. They still hold all their main holdings, I think.
The enemy are utterly
Another 400
vanquished.
lost.
This is a great.
Unfortunately, Lango, there is a third Mordor army. Round 3 awaits, and I don't think we've got enough to deal with an army that's headed up by Nazgul. Depends on what he does, I suppose, but... There he is, look. Oh no, he's going around. He's going around. Actually preferable. Good guy Nazgul. Dorwinian is still doing their thing. No, please. What sort of Gundabad army is this? Oh, oh yeah, easy. Easy. Light work.
Put an end to this evil.
1,200. Man.
The tide of battle seems to have turned against us.
The announcer is really... I'm not liking these negative vibes. We don't have much infantry. I mean, that much cannot be denied. If we're looking at facing down some trolls, there could be some issues with that. But, you know, we don't need to worry about that. It's fine. Once again, we will do the same thing. So that over there, those, so yeah, these three. Archers. If the other Gundabad army comes across as well, we might be in a bit of trouble. But you know, that's not something we need to worry about for the moment. You gotta live in the moment, you know. Right. Spears get ready to go on there. We've got 38 shock infantry. Any trolls will be quaking in their boots. And that is it. Okay. Let's go. They do have trolls. Snow trolls. Well. Okay. Let's just go like so. We will block the way with everything we have. And just shoot them. And hope that will be enough. Perhaps it will. Perhaps it won't. Okay. Yeah, start shooting them right now. Why not? Lay down the barrage. Half trolls. Oh, shite. That's not good. They've got 2 artillery pieces. Okay. Wonderful. Galadon's going to get sniped, isn't he? Fact, with that in mind, let's get you over there. Yeah, that's not good. That is no bueno. Guarantee their ballista is pinpoint accurate as well, whereas mine has historically not been throughout this campaign. Have they got wargs as well? Yeah, they do. They're going to push through. Yeah, this is done. It's over. Okay, so let's just get the hell out of here. What is this? Half trolls. Galadon, you're supposed to be running, not marching. There we go. Christ's sake. How does one retreat again? I haven't needed to do that in this campaign so far. Withdraw, that's it. I can't kite them because there's wargs, Rookie. And trolls. Trolls will be able to catch my units as well. I don't know. I think this situation's still hopeless because there are still too many armies around, I think, to really deal with this. And the problem is, like, we just don't have the muscle on the front line. Okay, let's leave.
This defeat is a bitter drop to swallow. We are a foe that sups from this most.
I'm trying to think of a way out of this situation, but I'm not seeing it, to be honest with you, because that was the relief army, and there's still siege armies approaching.
There's still time to save our people.
Don't go that way, you idiot! Oh my god. What a fool. What have you done? You've killed us. You've actually killed yourself. What a bizarre decision.
Evil will not be allowed to triumph this day.
This game, man. This game. I wonder if I can just do the same thing again. Probably not. Probably not. Here we are. The situation is looking fairly hopeless at this point. And of course, the enemy reinforcements are right there. And now we shall leave. No, we can't, can we? We can't withdraw. Well. A tactical retreat right into the enemy. Well then. I think that's campaign over, really, isn't it? I think that's the end. I don't think there's a way we come back from this. Did you see the balance of power, Unjust Jay? The auto-resolve would have been not in our favour either. We would have lost. We would have lost. Well, let me just take one look at the situation as it is from where I saved it. Celeborn might live. He doesn't deserve to live after that.
And warn the others.
What are you doing? Oh my... It's weird. We'll say that. It's very strange, the decision making that's going on here. Baggage train lost. Oh no. Anything but that. He's still there, which is...
Follow me.
Feels like cheese, but no matter. I mean, this is... What's going on down here? No more armies appear to be coming. So, I mean... You know, at least there's that. He wants to enter the city. Why would you... Yeah, but like, if you look at the situation, it's under siege by 4 orc armies. Why would you move towards it?
I'm gonna stick you.
I mean, that army's still pretty decent. But they could all come crashing down on us at once.
By the light of Elbereth.
Negative coins. Certainty of death. Small chance of success. How useful is this army really going to be? Well, let's just shift you over here.
They will not see us in the forest.
Oh good, he's hiding in the forest. Excellent. Let's just... I'm going to save the game in a different slot here. Hang on a minute. There we go. Let's see. Moria will lead the siege. Khazad-dûm are just watching my demise. Oh, come on. Please. No.
We'll ruin these trees no longer.
Oh, I'm pretty sure they will ruin these trees. Far longer.
They will not see us in the forest.
Nope.
There are too many. We'll need reinforcements.
Farewell. Goodbye, Ricky. How long are Dorwinian going to take to do that? Here we go, boys. This is it. Gundabad are here with 319. That's not too concerning.
Send them back to their underworld.
Maybe if we can win this battle, actually. Well, there's still that fairly elite Gundabad army. Okay. Start deployment. Here we are again. Unit of Gurbaleg. Albereth Sentinels. You get down. You bunch up there. You there. March Wardens. March Wardens. Sentinels. Look at that Misty Mountains horde, look. Right. Ballista. I think it was because I had all of my movement speed, Windy. This is winnable, Theo, this battle here, because the goblins are so poor, but my issue is the next battle, which will be the Mordor stack led by the Nazgul and the more elite of the two Gundabad armies. Which might be a bridge too far, but I could also get Celeborn back in for that, maybe? Possibly. Caras Galadon in this version is terrible to defend. I mean, it does have that... It's one choke point, which is nice, but if you're dealing with like a bunch of wargs and stuff, it doesn't... It's not great, because they can just force their way through, given the lightweight nature of the elves. Ah yes, the elven defenders. This will be the last battle of today, though. We'll save it, and then the next part could very well be the finale, depending on how it goes. If I manage to dig my way out of this, I'll be exceptionally surprised, to be honest with you, but you never know. You never know. It's not impossible, but it is improbable. Lothlorien warders need to get ready on the front line. Cavalry also needs to do the same. As our Yavanna's chosen. There it is. Go here like so. Another unit of you, and I think that's pretty much it. Okay. Make sure nothing is on fire at will. Okay. Okay. Right. Yeah, those are warg riders, which is concerning, but there's not much that can be done about that, really. If the cavalry just has to be like a sacrificial lamb in this battle, then so be it. What have Gundabad got going on over here? It's a very small army from... Well, there's some siege there. Gundabad seems to have gone heavy on the siege. Right. Rip those Warg Riders apart. What are they sending after us? Snaga skirmishers. Marvellous. We must protect the woods. You go over there. Got some decent charges last time. Any kills on the trolls would be greatly appreciated. Well, actually, let's go for the goblin bodyguards. I'm actually more likely to hit the trolls if we go after the goblins.
The enemy are battering down the gates. Defeat seems almost certain.
Never a good sign. Wait, what are they doing? What's heavy goblin infantry? Where did they come from? Get out of there.
Blast their eyes! The enemy's ram is through our gates.
Right. Yep. Get ready to just jump on them.
The enemy have the walls. To our defense, or all
Right.
will be lost.
Okay. This and you. Sentinels of Keren Amroth, you go there. Again, the cavalry separated on the charge, which is frustrating. The Gurvaleg are already shooting in there, dude. And as you can see, they're hitting, but they're not actually killing. I gotta say, I'm actually quite disappointed in the Gurvaleg, to be honest with you. The damage they do to so-called elite units is actually kind of poor. And at this point they're already mixed into my own by the time they become mixed into your own units, using the Gurvaleg on the trolls is just going to do more damage to your own men, so... yeah, very frustrating. As most things in this campaign have been, I feel like I've been hit with a lot of bullshit. Nice. Get out of there. Yeah, we're losing too much infantry. Have to say, I do prefer the way that Reforged handles trolls in particular, because they're too tanky, I think, in DAC. Now, admittedly, they may very well be a more elite unit in DAC, and you know the Orc factions aren't able to. But I like the fact that the trolls are high damage, but if you send them in unsupported, they will fizzle out in Reforged, which makes more sense for me. The cavalry, however, has been very good. It's racking up the chevrons really very quickly. Okay. Yeah, just keep shooting at them back there. That unit of Gurvaleg out of ammunition. Charge into the backs of them. I mean, the saving grace against Moria is so much of their units are just trash garbage.
Our men have slain the enemy general. Without him,
That should help.
will lose their will to fight.
Kill those wargs, would you? Let's finish them off. Okay. Get out of there. Easy win. I mean, this win wasn't really the one that was in question. It will be the next one that is going to be more of a problem, I think. In fact, the next one we might have to use some of these Albereth Sentinels from the start as infantry, if we are to have any chance at all.
For the moment, the fortune of battle goes our way. Let's pray it remains as such.
It's a lot of rousing from the goblins. Yeah, more like Pyrrhic victory. Most of these victories seem like Pyrrhic victories to me. That cavalry, though, it's racked up. It was at bronze chevrons, and now it's all the way up to silver. It might even get into gold by the end of this battle. It's a lot of routing. Let's just let the archers do their thing now. In fact, we can go after the units that are already routing. Possibility for some more chevrons incoming. Victory is a distinct possibility. I don't think so. What is it? Oh, it's mountain guard. That's why. Yeah, shoot them. Shoot the mountain guard. Well, that's a mass rout that is from the goblins. Jump on the mountain guard, would you? What is this? Another unit of mountain guard?
Behold how our cowardly foe.
That's the end of the Misty Mountains. Get after a big unit, yeah, like the heavy goblin infantry. Make sure that they don't come back. Well then. Problem is, there is still 2 more armies, and I'm not convinced we have what it takes to defeat them. A unit of the Galadon guards would have been very nice as well. Shoot into them. Haldir's youngest brother Orphan is here, doing his thing. Charge, actually, yeah, go after the heavy goblin infantry. What is that? Snow Orc scouts? Don't think so. You. Shoot them. And you do so as well. Line of sight seems to be quite awkward within Caras Galadon as well. Yeah, we're going to need our cavalry over here to deal with them. I'm not being shot any more than I need to be. Where are they? There they are. Hith Erbin. Cavalry is tired. Right. And a less than amazing charge, killing precisely 0 of them. These mountain guard are still around, I think. Well, some of them are. How about you get your spears out on this charge, instead of just meandering in like that? There we go. That's more like it. Just in time to coincide with the general's loss as well. Yeah, I can't, Salka. My settlements are under siege and I have negative money. I cannot recruit more units. This is what I have to work with. It's this or nothing. There's one army in the east, but it's already battered, and if I move that, Mordor will be able to move on my front line. And they won't get back here in time anyway. This is what we have to work with. There is nothing else. These guys need to calm down.
If we continue like this, we will smash the
How are they not breaking? It's a unit of Snow Orc scouts. Oh. Surely that's that. None of them died in that charge? Come on. This is what I mean. A unit of 6 and they're withstanding full cavalry charges.
If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
Well, I think that is pretty much it. We're just sort of waiting for them to rout off the field at this point, I guess. Good opportunity to kill off some more goblins.
The battle is very much in our favour. Victory will be ours.
Will it indeed? There is a unit that's coming back over here, I think. Yes, it's the catapult crew. Kill them. There we go. And is there anything else, perhaps, over here? A ballista. Well, okay then. I suppose we have no... Well, actually we do have a choice. We can use our archers to take them out. There's no sense in wasting our cavalry. Should give us range on them, wherever they may be. Where did they go? Around here somewhere. Or are they hiding? No, there's the catapult, so the ballista is there. Perfect.
They're attacking us.
That was a good volley. Just one more. There we go.
The enemy are utterly vanquished.
Okay.
This is a great victory, worthy of only the mightiest.
Well, hopefully that's where we can leave it for today, because I am actually running out of time and I don't have the ability to play another battle, really. I think that the fate of Caras Galadon rests in whether or not we can get Celeborn back into the settlement with that group of archers that is with him. Gundabad are just going to siege us down immediately again. Oof. Okay. Hello, Llama Boy. Well then, we might have salvaged this, honestly. It's doable, I think, because we can get Celeborn to reinforce. We might be able to get some other Elbereth Sentinels to reinforce as well that are nearby. Man, okay. Well, I will save the game. And that will be where we leave the stream for now. It's looked grim throughout most of this stream, but we might. There's only 2 more armies left. They are the most challenging armies to take down, I think, but this is it. I mean, if we can kill these 2, we have survived what can only be described as probably one of the worst situations I've ever gotten myself into in Total War campaigns, to be honest with you. It's been very rough to see the orcs just collapse down upon my capital like that. But maybe next time, maybe we can make it work, and then maybe we can. Well, to be fair, Dol Guldur, the one goal I had, really, the one solid goal I had for this part, was to kill Dol Guldur. They are still alive, but not for long. To be fair, Dorwinian are going to kill them very quickly. Look at this. We've got another Crusade army heading towards us. We've actually got a regular Mordor army as well that's getting ready to besiege Dor Nauerhak, which is something else to be concerned about, to be honest with you. But maybe we can make it work. The next stream, I think, will be on Wednesday. There will be battle replays between then and now, but I think the next actual stream will be on Wednesday. So that is the cliffhanger I leave you with. It's been rough. It has been very, very rough, but there is daylight to be seen on the other side of things. But yeah, I think that will be ultimately where we leave things. So big thank you to all of you that joined me for this horror show of an invasion from the orcs, and next time hopefully we can throw it off for good. That's the hope anyway. But yeah, do be on the lookout, because I think on Monday there will be another battle replay for Reforged on the way. There might be another one as well in between now and Wednesday at some point, depending on how the schedule falls. But yes, I think what I'm moving more towards is a more regular schedule of 2 streams a week and 2 pre-records a week, which I think is definitely doable for the time being, and if it needs to change later on in the year, then so be it. We'll deal with that when it comes, but I think that's the best way to go about things. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you'll join me for whatever is next.